Okay, guys, I'll try not to keep you too long. Let's go and check out what the web course is a little bit about. I'm going to do a screen share again and just show some examples of work. Usually there's a lovely video I can show as well. Unfortunately, in this case, videos don't play very well through Zoom. However, it is all available on our YouTube channel, and you can always ask the marketing department for that link. Otherwise, you're welcome to request the links via email. That'll also work perfectly fine. So if you miss anything, as I said, if you've got any questions, more than welcome to give us a shout. Okay, let's do this. So as I said, I'm the head of the web department, and Amber, who you'll also see with the same digital arts background as me there, she's one of our lecturers in the course, and she's also one of our students from a good few years ago who, sure, I think Amber did the whole repertoire of courses that we offer. So her skill set is quite phenomenal, and she's in our production house. So we work hard, but that's okay. Work is good for us. So what do you learn when you are studying the web course? As I said, it often works well if you've done the graphic design course first, because you will have a little bit of a leg up. However, if you haven't done that, we will still take you through the fundamentals of research and conceptualization, brainstorming those ideas. How do you bring it all together in terms of planning your websites, planning those little details of where do the elements go, the design side of things? Yes, but also why am I placing elements here? Why am I using these tools to communicate? So it's a balance between things like the user experience and the user interface design, the why and how does it look. And then once you've got all those elements in place and you've got what is essentially the pretty side of things, then we take you also through into aspects of sort of planning the logic behind it. How do I do the coding and developing? So it's not just coding and developing. So for those of you who are worried about that, no, there is very much a creative flair aspect that is involved, and it is very important because this is very much a front end design and development aspect. Okay, so yes, conceptualization is still going to be important. And why did you pick that color? Why did you place that image there is still going to be a fundamental part of what you do. We will teach you those aspects and we'll teach you all the software that goes through with it. But as I said, it helps if you've got a little bit of an extra knowledge behind you as well. Once you've got those fundamentals in place, the planning, the sketching, the research, the mood boards, everything that comes through, you'll transition those into starting your UI design, which is, as I said, where the pretty part comes in. So placing the images, and there's a lot of technical aspects that come with that. So for example, things like spacing, size of fonts, the grids, the size of images, okay? That we cover pretty intensely for the first, say, 2 months of the course, the front end visual side of the website. From there, you're going to start moving through into the various programming languages. So we start you off with your basic HTML and CSS. You don't even have to worry about responsive initially. It's just about understanding how the coding languages work. You do not need previous experience in this. We teach you from scratch. So you don't have to come in with any knowledge about it. And the lecturer who walks you through those subjects, he's really committed. He explains things really well, and he's super patient. So you don't need to be stressed about like, how technical is it? Am I going to cope? Because I promise you, if people like me can do it, you can do it. Okay. And you actually reach a point where it's quite relaxing. Like I quite enjoy the part of the coding in that it is a lot like speaking another language and you're just typing out the instructions. You just happen to be typing them in a way that the computer understands, okay? And as I said, from there, we'll move you up into working with the same skill set, but adding onto it, bringing things into a more of a responsive nature, because you can't just design for desktop. You have to design for tablet, web, all the various key platforms, and we'll teach you how to do that. After that, we take the guys into JavaScript, which is how you add a lot more interactivity, motion, animations into your websites, just to elevate them to that next level. A sort of third language or platform that you might be needing when you get out into the industry is called content management systems. These are the kind of systems you'd use for things like online shopping websites or blogs or news websites. So things that manage content, obviously. We like to name things quite clearly. And in this case, we'll take you through the WordPress process because that will cover all your fundamental bases. A lot of websites are built with WordPress, and you can apply those same principles to most other content management systems. So it makes the most comprehensive foundation, including a little bit of the PHP language, which is sort of the first programming language. So it's the most complex one you'll learn, but that will allow you to build your own templates, to build your own websites using content management systems. So you'll never be limited to like, oh, I bought this theme and I have to plug and play kind of idea. You're going to have a lot of power and flexibility in how you do that. So none of the hardcore back-end programming. It's all very much focused on front end. Can you design the website and then code and build and develop it to run beautifully and perform all essential functions? And I really would encourage you to go look at the show reel on YouTube, because you'll see some of the work that our students have produced, and it really is phenomenal. Like, I could show you pictures of code. It's either going to be super boring for you right now, or it's not going to make sense. But the work that goes in behind the scenes of that front-facing interface, there's a lot behind it, and it's really exciting. Well, I think it's exciting. I'm hoping that when you study, the lecturers and their passion will come through as well, and you'll feel it's exciting too. One of the last aspects we touch on a little bit during the course is Premiere Pro. And the reason for this is often when you're building websites or apps, you're going to need to incorporate some sort of video element. So it allows you to take video footage, edit it a bit, and again, to create personality and enhance the website. So still very much focused on websites. You're not going to be a film editor, unfortunately, from this course. But you will have the understanding of how sound, how color, how tone, how cuts, and the various compilations affect the communication aspect of it. As with any of the courses, by the end of it, you're going to walk away with a portfolio, a body of work that you can show to industry and demonstrate your skill set. In this case, it'll be a website which showcases all the projects you've worked on throughout the year. And we work with the students to really find out, where do you want to focus? Because you'll often find that as you're doing the course, some students naturally want to be more in the UI design side of things, and some far more enjoy the coding side of things. So you'll work with each other, and then we can present your portfolio and your final website in such a way to enhance sort of the avenue of the career you want to go into. And we'll guide you through that process as well. Sometimes students come in thinking they're definitely going to be the UI guy, and then as they start working, they fall in love with the code. And then we'll help you sort of come to terms with that. And at the end of the year, we have our grad showcase, which is where all our graduating showcases put on a really big exhibition from all the courses. We invite everybody from the industry. It's usually about 400 industry people that come in throughout the night. So obviously you have the opportunity to put your best foot forward, to really show off, and you'd be surprised at how the students stress so much throughout the year, and they really put a lot of pressure on themselves. And when they see the feedback that they're getting from the industry, that they really have achieved what is expected of them and something that's quite impressive, it's a wonderful feeling for the students as well. And a lot of them get hired on the night, whether it's for full-time jobs or for internships. And it's really just a celebration of everything you've achieved. And you are going to work hard, not going to lie, but I'm hoping you'll have a lot of fun doing it at the same time. Cool. And again, as I said, I didn't want to keep you guys too long. So that is pretty much all I've got to show you on that platform. But then I was hoping that maybe some of you might have some questions that I could answer for you.
Hi.
How can I help?
Is it like campuses, or like you go in every day, or is it like places you go to?
We have one campus. It's in Bree Street, so it's in like right in the middle of Cape Town. So there's lots of like restaurants, coffee shops. It's really cool energy. And yes, you are required to be in class. So for example, for web, our classes are from 1 in the afternoon till 5 in the afternoon, 4-hour periods, Monday to Friday. And you are required to be in class, because often you'll be doing lectures and then you'll do group work or coursework or projects or assignments. And even while you're working on assignments, we don't like you to be at home, because one, we're facilitating kind of that work environment where you you need to commit and be dedicated. But also you'll find that as you guys are working, somebody will have a problem, they'll ask questions, somebody will also have the same problem, and you start group discussions in the learning process in those moments as well. So that's why part of that is that you need to have an 80% attendance be physically present in the class for that time. Even now for the remote training, we have something similar, we just do it remotely.
Right. Thank you.
Cool. We have really good coffee though, if it helps. There's a cafe with like nice coffee.
It's like strong coffee.
You can request how strong you. In fact, some people were complaining it was too strong. We had to ask, like, okay, whoa, Sindiswa, can I get some extra milk there, please? Vegan options available. We got really nice bread now as well. So when you're back on campus, like guys, I don't know if any of you heard the general presentation, but I'm not joking when we have a great campus life. Like one of our slogans used to be find your tribe, as in we're your tribe. And the students afterwards, like we chatted to them about it later, and they were like, oh, it was so lame in your advertising. But then we got you and we were like, oh my word, it is actually like that. And we're like, yes, it is actually like that. So like the game guys, when they get interviewed, they're sitting there and they're very quiet and they're shy and they've been told their whole lives that game is not a career. And then like 3 months down the line, they're running up and down the corridors and we can't shut them up. So like it really is like, it's a small college, it's a boutique college, and max we have about 100 students across all the different courses spread out. But like it's pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie.
Is it hard to get into the college?
Very hard.
Very hard. Okay, that's scary.
No, as I said, I'm not, let me just, sorry, let this one person in. When I look at your portfolios, when I look at what you're sending me, I don't need you to be an expert. I don't need you to have all the answers. I mean, I hope you know what the internet is by this stage, but but what I really want is to get that feeling of you willing to dive in and really commit to all the things you have to learn. Because as I said, I can teach you anything. The lecturers, Amber, Pierre, they can teach you anything, but only if you want to be there. Only if you want to be part of the industry. That I can't teach you. I can't teach you passion, and I can't teach you dedication and commitment. I can try, I can help you, but anything else, I'm trained to look beyond the pretty portfolio and to see who you guys are and make sure that you're in the right spot. So even if you send through a portfolio that I'm kind of like, oh, okay, maybe I'm going to recommend you do graphic design first. I'm doing that because it is in your best interest. If I'm like, yes, let's do this, you can handle this, let's go, but you're going to have to work hard, then I'm going to be honest with you as well. We look for the right fit. So it's difficult for me to say how hard is it, because it's not just about personality. Not just about portfolio. It's a lot about who you are. Oh, how does the transport work? Yes, unfortunately, you do need your own transport. You will need to be able to get yourself to campus. But there is free parking available up the hill just from us. You just have to cross one of the roads. It's not too much of a deal. Also, at the times you'll be parking for class, you generally can find something. Otherwise, my city bus stop is also just down the hill from us. And because it's in Bree Street, it's pretty easily accessible. The biggest complaint we get is about parking, but hey, you're in the city, so everybody's got that problem. Some students also like to lift clubs and things. So there's a lot of students coming from a lot of different areas and all over the country. So you're not the only one in that boat. So it's quite nice to sort of connect with each other and make a plan. We do treat you guys like adults. We treat the students like adults. So I will mentor you, but at the same time, I'm not your mom. I'm still going to help you through the process, advise you and guide you, but you also got to step up a little bit. All the moms in the background are like, how dare she? Okay? No moms in the background.
No, my mom's outside. She's waiting for me to finish. Keeping all the boys out of the room.
Oh, yeah, I have 2 children. I've locked them on the other side of the house as well. I'm fully prepared to have to go to the hospital just now because one of them's murdered the other one. Cool. Anybody else have any other questions?
Yeah.
It's a really nice mix in the classes, not just for guys and girls, but like, as I said, people from all walks of life, different backgrounds, different parts of the country. It really is like, that's one of the things we love about the campus, is that like you walk around and it's like some really diverse people. I think, guys, that probably, I'd love to chat with you all day, but I really should go rescue those small people, and I imagine your families would like you back as well. But if you do want to chat, or if you have any more questions, then you're welcome to pop me a mail. I'm just going to put my email address here in the chat function. So you can message me directly if you want to, if you have any questions. Otherwise, as I said, if you just phone the college or message one of the general emails, it'll also eventually make its way through to the right people and will point you in the right direction. Cool.
Thank you very much.
Cool. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Hope to see you all soon. Bye.
Bye.